Now listen, just before we let you guys crack on with the rest of your evening, I just want to get your opinion on Aloys Jr. because we've obviously called through the fights tonight of Nathaniel Collins. He was absolutely fantastic. Moses Itauma on the radio was fantastic as well, but we missed part of the commentary. Aloys Jr., I know that you were in attendance for it. My word, that boy looks special, John.
Yeah, he's improving, isn't he? He won by stoppage tonight against a tough Scotsman in, where are we, David Jameson, and he did look really good. And I thought he was boxing so much better, Spencer. I mean, he was variety in his work, jabbing to body, switching attack from body to head, and he's got that terrific power, which is going to carry him a long way. He's a man who's going to be a real prospect at the very pinnacle of the sport, I think.
Absolutely. Listen, Barry Smith's doing a great job with him in the gym, and I think that we see him developing. This kid has had raw power. We've had him in talkSPORT, very charismatic, great guy, just loves hitting that punch ball. You hear it when he comes off air, you hear the thudding against the wall all the time. The kid loves it. He's a big character. I like him a lot, and what I saw tonight was boxing IQ. You know, that rawness is starting to go. Shot selection. You know, David Jameson, he was taking apart there with the body shots, the stiff jab, like the spear jab to the body. That started sucking the soul out of him, and then Aloys, you know, executed that perfect finish, left hook to the head, boom, it was all over. Brilliant performance from Aloys. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. Listen, gents, I'll let you get on with the rest of your evening. Thank you very much for all your efforts from Glasgow and the Hydro. For those that are just tuning into us, should I say, for Fight Night here on talkSPORT, it's Echo Usserman's night. He got the job done via unanimous points decision against Josh Taylor up in Scotland. Josh looked really good early doors. It was competitive through the first six, but the majority of us had Josh Taylor up at entering the sixth round, and then it was Usserman all the way down the back end of the fight from round 6 onwards. I didn't drop him around. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. The engine took over. And as we've just been alluding to there, he might not have the name, he might not have the profile in this welterweight division, but he's highly ranked now with the WBO, and he absolutely deserves the right to be shouting out for a fight with Brian Norman Jr., who is the WBO champion. Why not? He served his dues, as John was just saying there. Been British, been Commonwealth champion. Let's see if we can get him a shot at one of the big ones on one of those Riyadh season cards. All in all, a good night, actually, in Scotland. Really good main event. It went back and forth. I thought the co-main event was great. Nathaniel Collins came through against Lee McGregor. Moses Itauma, again, just gets everybody talking, and we've just been alluding to Aloys Jr. there as well, who I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, Moses Itauma, you keep hyping up and I'll keep knocking them out, and he is a very, very, very exciting prospect, but so too, and I was trying to dive in there to talk about Aloys Jr. because I'm a huge advocate of him, and I completely agree with the guys. Watching it before we came on air tonight, it was just before we came on air, he is really developing as a boxer. A very strong punch, very strong jab rather. Selecting his shots. Timing was lovely. Jameson's a really proud fighter, but what he did was he's got that aura of a guy that carries enormous power, so people are very wary of him and they don't know how to fight him. The more he develops his boxing, the more he instills his armory into that kind of ability to go in at higher levels. What was he, 12-0 with 10 knockouts now? I think it's something like that. That might be Moses. But
12-1. He lost his first fight, didn't he?
On points, exactly. Yeah, a 4-round fight. But again, no shame there. He was a very raw novice, 20 years old. He's a great prospect. Physicality is amazing about him. He's only a couple of fights away, 3 or 4 fights, maybe a year away from fighting some of the big name cruiserweights we've got in this country.
In this country, I'm glad you said that, because I don't want to
in this country, because he is raw. That's the first time tonight we've genuinely, and the guys mentioned it. It's the first thing I was thinking. Wow, he's boxing tonight. He's not going out there trying to steamroll people. He boxed brilliantly. He was in Scotland in the Lion's Den against a Scotsman. Wow, he's a very, very exciting prospect. I think he and Moses Itauma are the 2 most exciting prospects in the Warren stable right now, in the Queensberry stable.
He's got a few, as Frank, hasn't he? But
those are my 2 most exciting.
Okay, that's fair. I think most people, if they've seen any tape at all on Moses Itauma, I think it's very hard not to get excited about him, just because he offers such a different thing.
And he's 20.
I know. And he offers such a different thing in the heavyweight division. Obviously, you can see the beauty in what Alexander Usyk does with his beautiful footwork, his shot selection, his fast hands, and his spitefulness. Moses Itauma has those types of traits. And yes, he is a baby, and yes, he's still learning. And we have been speaking about...
Could he beat Fabio Wardley right now?
You keep asking me the same question, and I keep saying whoever loses between Fabio Wardley and Justice Hooney should be his next opponent.
Who loses? Oh, that's interesting. Who loses?
Yes.
Not who wins.
Yes, because I think the winner of that fight absolutely is on the trajectory of trying to pick up some type of alphabet belt. Let's say Fabio Wardley beats Hooney, and I'm backing Fabio Wardley to beat Hooney, right? So if he beats him, then why would he be looking backwards, up, down the rankings? He's looking that way, isn't he? He's looking towards the winner of Usyk and Dubois. That's what he's looking towards.
For all of those top 10 in the heavyweight division, and if Fabio beats Justice Hooney, he probably deserves to be in the top 10 of the heavyweight division, just inside the top 10. If he beats Justice Hooney convincingly, and Hooney, remember, has won, I think it's a bronze medal at the World Amateur Championships.
He's very capable.
He's very capable,
Yeah.
and he doesn't speak really loud. He's not got a lot of great resonance with British fight fans, but he's got a lot of ability.
Yes.
It's going to be a very interesting fight because Fabio's learning on the job all the time and learning rapidly. I think the problem for most of the heavyweights in the top 5 to 10 is a fight with Moses Itauma doesn't do anything for them.
Well,
it doesn't unless they earn a ton of money for facing him.
Do you know something? I was just about to say the exact same thing. This is going to be a really difficult thing now for the Queensberry stable with Moses Itauma because it's going to cost them a pretty penny to put people across from him, because you can't keep giving him, the people that we don't know, the people that look like they've got a decent record but haven't really been in with everybody. We want to see him in with somebody now, don't we?
Let's see him on the Wembley card as well. Just slide him into the July the 19th Wembley card.
Well, they're the type of cards, the Wembley cards and the Riyadh season cards, where there is a little bit more money floating around.
Yeah.
Let's get him in there and spend some of that money on an opponent that, is being financially recompensed for standing across from him, and let's see how good
Bring
he
him
really
out
is.
at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and have 70,000 people watch him live as it fills up, as that... that atmosphere. I can't wait for July the 19th.
It's going to be fantastic.
And Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk.
Listen, we're going to get stuck into all this because me and you are going to stay on the radio for at least another hour. So if
We've got another hour, have we?
Yes. So
that's interesting.
So if you're into your boxing conversation, then do stick around, because we are obviously going to speak about the heavyweight division. We'll speak about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua and all that type of thing, of whether it is going to be or whether it's not going to be. And I think we'll have a little bit of a flirt as well with the Canelo and Crawford scenario. That fight is obviously something that's coming up in September, which a lot of boxing fans are extremely excited about. And we'll talk about the things that are coming up in the next couple of weeks, because it's been a decent time, especially on British soil. We've been calling for this for a bit, haven't we, where fights have been all over the place and dotted all over the place. I think since Queensberry went to DAZN and launched their thing at the start of April, there's been some nice cards that have been popping up, or nice main events, especially tonight. I think it's been a card that absolutely captured the imagination of the local fan up in Scotland. And there's a couple of things that are coming up in the next couple of weeks that I think people should be aware of.
Is it fair to say that the British boxing fan is the best in the world at the moment? The way they're supporting
always has been
live in the arena.
How has it not been?
There's been times when the Irish have been amazing. There've been times when the Mexicans have been amazing. There's been times
I
where
class the British and Irish together.
Yeah, but remember Canelo's done 70,000 in some places, so in America. So I just think our fans are incredible at the moment, the way they keep supporting the sport.
Listen, there's a reason why quite a lot of fighters want to come here and fight here. It's because of the atmospheres that are created by the fans, and the shows that are being put on are obviously attracting those fans. Scotland looked like it was absolutely jumping tonight. Fantastic turnout for those Scottish fighters and Josh Taylor and Echo Wasserman, of course. We know that the Irish fight fans always come out, and the British fight fans, as we experienced a couple of weeks ago at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they absolutely loved it, didn't they? And there's talk about...
Unforgettable, that atmosphere was. Unforgettable.
We've had some good ones, and there's noise that there's going to be another one of those in September. Everybody knows my thoughts on that, but we might be back in the stadium for those two names to go.
Well, it's 10 years since the inauguration of the big stadium fight here with Carl Froch and George Groves. Yeah. And then since then, with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, and now with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, we've had probably about 12 stadium fights. Usyk and Joshua, Fury's investment back here after being in America for a while. It's been an extraordinary decade. To fill out stadiums with 60, 70, 80, 90,000 people is very, very special. And that's why I say that there's when the casual mainstream sports fan comes to boxing, it does make the thing burst at its seams. I don't always agree with it. A lot of people didn't agree with Conor Benn, Chris Eubank, but it will
captures the imagination.
Capture the imagination.
Listen, we've got lots to get into. So if you want to join us for that conversation, 03717 2233 444. We'll do it again next.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.